today's lesson is using your calculator and the fundamental theorem of calculus to find answers. All right? So the first thing it asks us to do is find the particular solution. This is something you'll have to do on your quiz next class. They gave you g prime, and if you integrate g prime, so I'm going to integrate 6x squared dx. We need dx in there, sorry. You use the power rule and you get 6x cubed over 3. And don't forget the c because it's general solution. So that's 2x cubed plus c. Then I'm going to come up here and use my given information. And I know it equals 1 when x is equal to 0. So c is equal to negative 1. So I know g of x is now equal to 2x cubed minus 1. Sorry, that should be minus 1. Now to find g of 3, I plug it in. You get 2, you get 3 cubed minus 1. 3 cubed is 27 times 2 is 54. Minus 1 gets me to 53. Doot, doot, doot. Okay? Another way to solve that is using your calculator and the fundamental theorem of calculus. And if I integrate f of x from a to b, it's the same as f of b minus f of a. So the problem they gave me, I'm going to integrate 6x squared, and I'm going to integrate it from 0 to 3, because that's the interval I care about. I know when I get done, that's going to equal g of 3 minus g of 0. This is your calculator, in your calculator. Looking for, and this is given. All right, so how do I do that in my calculator? You push the option button by the shift. So you push option, then you do calculus, that's F4. And then you push F4 in the integral, that's F4. And then you just type the data in. So I'm going to type it in. Oh, delete. So I type in 6x squared. And I'm integrating from 0 to 3. And it tells me it's 54. So this I got out of my calculator. It was 54. G of 3 is what I'm looking for. G of 0, they told me, is negative 1. And now I subtract 1 from both sides, and I got 53 for an answer, just like I did here. PG. Okay? So what happens when you have a function you don't know how to find the antiderivative? Use your calculator. Now, mind you, on the quiz next class, this is not going to be on it because there is no calculator on the next test. So this is good stuff to know. It won't help you on the quiz. Okay, so let's move forward. They give you f prime is x over 1 plus x cubed. F of 0 is 2. They want f of 3. So I'm going to integrate from 0 to 3 because they gave me 0. I'm looking for 3 of x over 1 plus x cubed dx. And that's equal to f of 3 minus f of 0. If I put this in my calculator, thank goodness for Casios. You can type fractions in like this. It's so fun. And I'm going to integrate from 0 to 3. And my calculator tells me 0.8788888. I'm going to leave it in there because I don't want to have rounding errors. Okay, so minus 2. And then you just add 2 to both sides. And since it's still on my calculator, it's easy. I get 2.879 equals f of 3, and I'm done. Go to 3 places. 3 decimal places. Okay? Good plan. All right. This one they wanted me to integrate. They gave me f of 1 this time, and we're looking for f of 5. So it's the same thing, but your bounds are from 1 to 5. The square root of 2x minus 1. That equals f of 5 minus f of 1. Put it in your calculator. Hit the square root button. 2x minus 1, 1 to 5, and it tells me 8.6667 equals f of 5 minus 2. Again, we get to add 2, and I get f of 5 is equal to 10.667. All there is to the lesson is fun stuff. So write out your equation and use it. The quiz is next class. There might be one Riemann sum, so know how to do left, rights, trapezoids, midpoints. There might be some geometric ones, but they give you an equation, and you have to graph it and use geometry to do it. There's lots of basic integration. You got to use the power rule. You got to know trig. Don't forget to add your plus c. Rewrite when necessary, right? The square root of x you're going to write as x to the 1/2. 1 over x cubed you're going to write as x to the negative 3. Same rules we always had. Then you have to find particular solutions. Then when they do that, they usually tell you f of 1 is equal to, or f of 0 equals, so that you have a reference point to find the particular solution. There's no plus c. Okay, and then they're going to ask you to find a particular solution. They give you the second derivative and a value for the first derivative and the value for the function. So let's say that they tell you the second derivative is 10x. So if I integrate 10x, I get 10x squared over 2, so that's 5x squared plus c. So let's say they tell me, dang it, go away. So they tell me that f of 0 is equal to 4. So then I know 4 equals 5 times 0 squared plus c. So c is equal to 4. And then I go and integrate, wait a minute, so that's 5x squared plus 4. And I integrate that. And you get 5/3 x cubed plus 4x plus c. And they tell me when f is 0, we don't want that equal to 0. We're going to say this is equal to 7. So now I know you plug in zeros, so you have 7 equals 0 plus 0 plus c, so c is 7. And my answer is this. All right. I think that covers every kind of question on the test. All right, you've got all your worksheets. Go back and rework them. Those of you that didn't work them yet and just turned in answer keys, go back and work them, okay? You'll do fine. It's going to be a Schoology test, the kind there you use lockdown browser. You can go back and forth the questions, but if you try and leave it, it kicks you out and I won't let you back in. So there's a bunch of other rules posted and you get to see them. Thanks for learning.